unloading its cement into the big scorpion thing to put the cement into this truck.
Saying for a long time, and I have learned that messages have to be repeated. So the message I'm repeating is that I think electric cars are the tipping point that will cause the whole world to be better, because when enough electric cars are being used on the roads, then it will not be socially acceptable for anybody else to pollute. So governments won't pollute, and when all cars are quieter, there won't be nearly as much need to honk nearly as loud and make as much noise, and it won't be as acceptable to be the one loud jerk honking and making a bunch of noise anymore. And that's noise pollution. But all intrusive pollutants will be less acceptable, and some will not be acceptable anymore. Things that are truly dirty with no gray area, like burning coal or whatever for electricity. I decided it was time to get experimental. So I bought this stuff called Lao Shu Zhu Mao, the cat and a mouse on the front. I bought it because of this phrase mostly. Since Snatch Mouse Food, I will never forget her. Alright, here's the final result. First of all, it's completely false advertising because there are no ruffles or anything similar to how it's advertised. 2, cats probably do like this more than I do. It's got that sort of Chinese food flavor, but not in a good way, in a gross way. I think the base product might start with the yams, but it's got the consistency of breakfast cereal and the flavor of burnt hair? Moto Ting, that is the word of the day. Maybe the word of the day tomorrow? It's the word of the day today, because Moto Ting comes from Moto Che. Moto Che is motorcycle, Moto Ting is jet ski. And the school has just purchased, or something, a new jet ski. Apparently it's very large and powerful. And I was casually invited, yeah, come on down. We're gonna go on it tomorrow. On the bus ride home, it is hot and wet, muggy. So I'm looking around at this, seeing this lady sweeping, seeing a million other workers. I've been watching the show, and there's clearly something about labor being cheaper than materials. Anyway, so somebody tells her to sweep this, and as you can see, the wind is just sort of undoing her work. And maybe she knows that, which is why she's doing such a terrible, lazy job. They're setting up fireworks inside the construction site. We have removed 90% of the garbage, but the smell is still completely strong. This is the new apartment that we moved into. The floor is sticky. From this point towards the kitchen, the smell of vomit only gets stronger. But there's definitely other smells, including a strong, thick coating of cigarettes on, I guess, every surface. The smell, just everything. Every room, every portion has its own nasty smell, and everything in here is gross. Because I cannot get out. My super genius roommate has locked me inside the apartment. I've heard about these community bicycles ending up in all the wrong places. There's 2 of them in here, inside this spot that used to be 2 buildings, and then they sort of put a thing between it. My new apartment at sunset. Pretty good view. I'm in the library. It's been cleaned during the summer months, and my little project is nearly done. I've painted the different categories with different colors along their bottom, and I'm all done. I only need now to print these labels for the room, and then I will be done. I just found this in the library. I think it has to be my new favorite. There's a whole bunch of little kids, boys and girls, and they're all wearing matching makeup. The only difference between the boys and the girls are shorts versus skirts. Kind of weird. Well, I tried cleaning half of that center window, and the good news is I can open and reach the outside of that center window. So guess what the bad news is? Well, let's see. I've been here 6 months, and this is the first time I've seen anybody kiss. Not so much as babies, not so much as kissing babies. I've seen not one kiss in 6 months. And the kiss I saw today, man, I'll bet you've kissed your brother harder than that. This was a playful, almost patronizing little peck. And that's all I've seen in 6 months. I don't know why this is displayed here, but it is down here in the bookstore, the kind of giant like Barnes & Noble, but still very Chinese bookstore.